Man, this review has been like 2-ish months in the making. I've just been caught up recently and trying to figure out what I want to do. There's so many knives I want to review and go over, and all this, good information I want to put out there. But I figured, it was past due. It's time to get it done. What's up, dudes? Today we're gonna go over, bam, the Kabar Escobar, or also known as the BK24. This is a collaboration between Becker Knives and Esee. I guess I don't know. I heard a rumor about this knife. I don't know if it's true. I think I read it on a forum somewhere, but it was, that this knife, that some guy had bought both knives, the Izula and the Becker Necker, which is what this knife essentially is. And I guess he cut them both right at the handle and he welded them together. And so many people liked it on the forum that I guess they decided they wanted to do a collaboration and make that knife, which honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and say it up front. This thing is so awesome, and I'm just going to tell you, I think you should get one. Before I even jump into the review, I'm just saying I think you should get one. Alright, so I've been carrying this thing probably, a couple weeks now, just to play around with it and get a feel for it as far as everyday use. That's kind of the role that I think that I would put this knife in, is more or less an everyday carry kind of thing. Maybe a little too large for that, but honestly, I just love everything about this knife. I think it's the coolest thing. I'm really happy with it. It's made with D2 tool steel, which is kind of like a bump up from 1095 as far as edge retention goes. And what that means for, those of us that don't know, is that it still has that carbon element that, most people look for in in 1095. But the edge retention on this thing is so much better. Now, it's harder, so that does make it, more difficult to sharpen, but it also makes the edge last longer, so you won't have to resharpen as often. Now, the only thing I would say about that is that it does leave you a little bit more prone to chipping on the blade itself. But thus far, I haven't really had any issue with it, and I've been using it pretty frequently. But yeah, so what I really like about this knife is, honestly, the ergonomics of it are fantastic. It comes with this paracord. You can get, I know they make aftermarket G10 handle scales, or maybe there's ITEL, I'm not sure. But they're only like $10. You can get those if you're, all about that. But honestly, and this is really the first one I've done, but this paracord wrap that I put on this thing, I love it. Like, I just love it. You get this, I think it's a 4-foot piece of paracord that comes with the knife, and I just love it. I did this myself. It doesn't come on the knife, but you can find a tutorial on how to do it. But this thing it feels so good, like, in my hand. I can't even explain it, honestly. I just love it. I love how it feels. Now, without the paracord, it has kind of a sharp, rigid feel to the knife itself. But once you put this on here, you're going to be really happy with it. I wouldn't even buy the scales. I would try it like this before I even, consider looking at this. But like I was saying, yeah, the original D Escobar has that shorter, strange-looking handle, and this one, there's a BK, I think it's 11, and I think the other one is the 14, and those are the two 1095 Crovan steels. This one is $40. That's what I paid for it. $40 for this knife. Just go pick one up. You're not going to be disappointed. They are just phenomenal knives. It's got the BK logo on it with the K-bar and the Esee logo. And the only thing that's really kind of a negative about this knife is this sheath, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I'll just show you here. Let's see what we got. Lengthwise, it's about almost exactly 7 inches long and about 3 1/4 blade length of actual blade. But this thing, let's see, it is just a dream to carry, and for $40, I challenge you to go and find a D2 knife for less than $40. This thing is a steal. It is a steal at that price, and it's razor sharp. The only thing that I would say, and you gotta look real close here if you can, you see the little serrated perforations in the paper? That's because this sheath here, and it's the same with all of them, the BK2 and all the other ones that they make that Becker has, this sheath, every time you pull it out, it dulls the blade. And I've looked over this thing, and it has little tiny micro chips in it, or rolls, but that's the thing, it's all about this sheath. That's the only reason it's done that. So they make $25 sheaths that are kydex by Esee, and you can check him out on Google. He makes really good stuff. A lot of people recommend him. He has a really kick-ass looking sheath for this that I'm going to get here soon. I just, have been trying to get used to it as is. This sheath is crap. You can hear the rattling right there. It's just a junk knife. There's no there's no retention. I can almost shake this thing out of here. I'm pretty sure I could if I really wanted to, but just get rid of this thing. Go spend the extra $20 on a kydex sheath, and really love the knife, because then it comes with you can get a little leather belt loop that comes around the other side of it and carry it scout style on your back, which is pretty neat, I think. And overall, you'll just have an amazing little knife. And you got to figure the Azula 1, which is the smaller handle one that has this kind of handle, is $50 by itself, I think, or $55 or something. And that's without, I think that's without the micarta handle scales. And the Azula 2, to get the kit to be able to carry it like you're going to carry this one, is going to cost you around $80. So just go spend the $40, pick this thing up, and love it. Just love it. It's a great, everyday carry knife, something you're going to have with you when you're, out doing whatever, or at work, fixed blade. And it's inexpensive for what it is. For having D2 steel, it's inexpensive. And just the brand itself is phenomenal. You're getting an Esee, a Becker, and a Kabar all in one, rolled up into one knife. And this will make a great addition to, another knife. If you had like a BK, 2 or something like that, you could put this in a side pouch next to it and carry it as a complement to that knife. So definitely look at getting one of these, because this thing is just, I love this knife. This is probably my favorite knife right now. Love it, and it's got that stonewash finish. That thing is so cool. All right, fellas, let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you want to see, because I'm trying to make more videos.